Hello everyone. Oh, we're still at it. We're still playing Dishonored because we got the 2 DLCs that we got to get through, and these 2 DLCs, they slap. They're so good. Alright, the first DLC is called Knife of Dunwall, and both these DLCs, they lead directly into each other, and your progress, like, carries over between the 2, so it's more of like just one big DLC that's in 2 parts. But, this DLC is different. You don't play as Corvo in these, and I friggin' really like it. Oh, I'm excited. And for some reason, the difficulty selection is different. I don't know why they did this, but this is normal, I think, so.
One more job shouldn't have mattered. I'd killed nobles before. You could float a whaling ship on the high-born blood I've spilled. Another noble steps in to replace the last one. All equally corrupt. Why should an empress be different? But she was. I watched her bodyguard's face as they took him away. Dead eyes. I knew I'd pay for this one. Maybe I deserved to. A storm was coming that would shake apart everything I'd built.
No! Get away from her! Corvo! Harvey!
Alright, so we're into gameplay. You killed her. That's a parallel to what Corvo read when he found the Empress's body in the void for the first time. Now, as you saw from that, and as you could probably tell just by looking at the main menu, Link. You play as Daud. Ah! My voice cracked. I'm sick. You play as Daud for this, for these DLCs. And what's really cool is that Daud has different powers from Corvo, and even the powers that he shares with Corvo are slightly different. And the first off is the blink. So normally, when you blink, well, you see me blink plenty of times in a normal playthrough, but here we are. Daud's blink stops time when he aims. Isn't that cool? You can even stop time in midair. Yeah. So here we are in the void. This is probably just a dream. Yep. Okay. Being able to just stop time. Whoa, okay. Being able to stop time just whenever is like super useful. And it makes playing Daud like inherently feel very different than playing Corvo, which is really what you want in a DLC where you play as a different character. And I gotta say, DLCs where you play as a different character, like a character who was in the story but just wasn't playable, those are cool. Oh, I wish they made more of those. God, they're so cool. But Daud's cool, and we get to see a lot more of them in this. And I'm gonna establish the setting when I go through here and watch this cutscene, so let's get to it.
Daud, my old friend. It's been a long while, but you've got my interest again. How the years pass and the bodies fall. Did you know that there are only 8 like you in the world, bearing my mark? I'm here because you're right. The Empress was different. This time, you can't just fade away into the shadows. There will be consequences. Your story is close to ending, and even you can't escape it. But what ending will you make for yourself? I'm here to give you one last gift, Daud. It's a mystery. One that starts with a name. Delilah.
For 6 months, the city writhed and changed. For 6 months, I tried to forget what I'd done to the Empress and her little girl. But there was no forgetting. I needed to find my next move. But all I had was that name. Delilah. Who was she? A threat? Or an ally? Word came from my second-in-command, Billy Lurk. In a house built on secrets, Lurk was especially good at uncovering them. There was a ship called the Delilah that hunted whales for Bundry Rothwild, a former deckhand who'd made good. Now he owned a slaughterhouse, and he ran his workers like a prison gang. A ship named Delilah. It could be a coincidence, but it's not. In Dunwall, things are always tangled up like a bag of snakes.
Oh, and here's the favor system. And so there isn't a Piero in this one. Your shop is in between or like at the start of missions, and favors are a cool little thing. I'll show you how they work. Yep. You spend money, and what it does is it adds things into the mission level before you even start. So this one's good. Overheard the safe code, and we'll etch it in the wall. And then stolen rune, as in they're gonna deposit a rune for me somewhere in the level. And then Bright Worker will disconnect the security on the refinery valves. Using the valves will not sound the alarm. Yep. So they're pretty good. All of them are pretty much worth it. You should buy them if you can. But then we also gotta buy this. And look, Daud doesn't have the Corvo's crossbow. He uses the wrist bow that all the assassins use. So, oh sweet, you can upgrade your sleep dart capacity. I didn't know. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, hold on. Buy that. Buy that. Range, I think. I'm starting from scratch here, but it gives you a good amount of money. Buy some of that. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so as you saw in that, instead of like having the hub with the Hound Pits pub and all the NPCs that you talk to, in this DLC it's more streamlined, and most of the story in between missions are told through those little like slideshow art renders that you just saw that Daud was narrating over. It's interesting because that's actually how it continues to work in Dishonored 2, and you'll actually see a lot of the stuff in this DLC, like how they changed it up from the main game, really had an impact on Dishonored 2's design. I would say Dishonored 2 is more similar to this series of DLCs than it is to Dishonored 1. And look, I'm Daud, so I use the assassin knife instead of Corvo's cool sword. It's a shame that I don't get to keep the cool sword, but it's Corvo's. It's his thing. Alright.
Daud, you're here. I got bored, so I started without you. Turns out we're here on the perfect day. There's a strike at the plant, and it's no wonder. Rothwild runs this place like a prison. The stupid workers can't even get in without a time card. When the strike started, the butchers confiscated all the cards they could find. They've given the City Watch free rein to use force. If you ever wondered why I wanted out of the slums, here's your answer. There'll be other ways in, I'm sure of it. You don't mind if I tag along, right? Just to keep an old man safe. One last thing. I found something for you. I know you collect these. I'll be on the rooftops till you need me.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, oh, let's listen on this.
You have to give me back my time card. I can't get back in. You had no right to take it.
Try and get past me, and I'll see you swinging from a meat hook.
Go home, mister. Orders are to confiscate those cards, no exceptions.
I hope you die weeping, all of you. I hope the plague gets you.
So, yeah, Billy Lurk and all of Daud's assassins are going to be here. They're going to show up, like, as you progress through the mission. They're going to just teleport up to you and tell you about, like, interesting things that they found. They're kind of like your on-site recon team, and I really like it. It feels amazing. Like, you feel like you're cool. You feel like you're Daud. Because Daud's cool. This is the worst dialogue ever spoken. Okay. So we're trying to get into the slaughterhouse to find more about the ship named Delilah. Oh, right. And instead of dark vision, Daud has this. Void gaze. And so when you start off, it's basically the replacement for the heart. It lets you find out where mission objectives and bone charms are hidden. Oh, and runes too. But it doesn't actually start out with you being able to detect living things. I think I can upgrade it with the power menu. Right. Oh, I need 2. See living beings through walls. He also, instead of possession, he has summon assassin. So you can summon an assassin to just be like your buddy. And I don't have agility yet. Look how short my jump is. It's pathetic. So one of the first things I'm gonna get is agility. Oh, and you can do this, upgrade your arcane bond, and it makes the assassins that you summon stronger, and they have more powers to use, which is cool. Hey. So, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Now I jump higher. Anyway, you're gonna get a close-up of how the whaling industry in Dishonored, or in Dunwall, actually works. This mission's really interesting. Alright. Yep. Oh, I forgot how slow choking used to be before I got that bone charm. Right. Oh, a pistol. Okay. My wrist bow is cooler though, so I'll stick to using this. Alright, Huh? Whoa! Oh, dang it. I forgot that I make noise when I sprint.
Probably.
Come here. Oh, cool. No one's up here. All right. Grenade. Copper wire. And the arc pylon scares the butt out of me. Okay. It's pretty obvious that you're supposed to play through this after you beat the main game, because it like starts you out with stuff like arc pylons, which you normally wouldn't know what they are. Rat poison? Rid the sewer rat infestation. Make sure you get this crate of potted meat aside so we can lace it with rat poison. After it's poisoned, take it down to the docks. I guess I already ate it. My bad. Crap, what was I saying? Gave up my studies at the Academy of Natural Philosophy. Hate this work. Blood and the rats. Every day I drive my screaming song to the beast's eyes wide open. I studied them for years at the academy and on my trips into the field. Now working in the slaughterhouse, the wrongness is like a wound in my head. They sing for us a funeral lament that causes me to tremble. The person I was is dead now. Oh, and these are old Wall of Light parts, huh? It's right down there. Okay. Oh, right. Oddly enough, even though it starts you, and it's like, oh, here's an arc pylon, you know how this works, blah, blah, blah. It's still, while they're giving you the tutorial hints, I guess maybe if you haven't played the game in a while, there was a... It's DLC, so it didn't come out at the same time as the rest of the game. Yep.
To Butcher's Crew.
Light as a shadow? Take less damage from falls? Okay, might as well. Oh, and you stay here with the bodies. I believe there's some pretty unique bone charms in this DLC too. They cater specifically to Daud's powers. Oh, sweet! I know that guy. Oh wow, I've never been here before. I guess I usually just travel straight down the street. Oh, Sprite.
There's a man out on the river watching the place. If I weren't so young and pure of heart, I'd suggest he's up to no good.
Vital to state interests has been declared treasonous by the Lord Regent.
Wait. Oh, I forgot. I don't have as much range as Corvo's yet. There we go. Isn't it cool being able to stop time? It also works as a kind of like in-universe explanation of how Daud and his assassins can kind of teleport without looking. Because, oh, well, their teleport stops time. Corvo's is pretty lame by comparison. Anyway, I'm going to investigate this man in the boat that Billy Lark mentioned.
You're Daud.
Daud. Shit, I hope you ain't here for me. I'm just a little fish in a big pond.
I want to know about a ship. The Delilah.
Yeah, I heard of it. Listen, maybe we can help each other out. I work for a very rich man who's keen on seeing Rothwild's business go belly up. This whole business with the strike, our doing. We got a mole on the inside, lady pretending to run the labor crews, a real talent. She could lie straight to the High Overseer's face and get away with it. We were supposed to meet up last night. I've been spying on the place all day, waiting to hear word. Only I haven't seen or heard a peep. I was about to shove off. If you're here to make a little mayhem anyway, maybe you could find her. If she's still alive, she'd be able to get you everything you need to know about that ship, no question. And a substantial reward besides. Her name's Abigail Ames. I tried sneaking in by the sewers, the runoff tunnels under the slaughterhouse. Almost had my nuts fried off. Lord Ramsey will have my head if this doesn't work.
So, what I really think is cool about this DLC, and they, once again, I'm going to mention, Dishonored 2 straight up picked up the ball and ran with this, is that Daud talks as you play as him, whereas Corvo's completely silent protagonist. Whenever Daud enters a conversation with somebody, well, he speaks with them. And it feels cooler, I guess. It feels better, more natural. I have a couple of issues with video game silent protagonists in general. I find that they tend to make the plot more boring than it needs to be. And I think Daud is really what we need. Also, good voice acting. I believe he's voiced by Michael Madsen.
After this morning, we're taking away time cards on site. Nobody gets in or out without those things. Time to send a message.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse? Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
Gotta close that. Alright. Yeah, so in Dishonored 2, both playable characters, and I'll get this out of the way, you can play as two different playable characters in Dishonored 2. And I have an issue with that too, believe it or not, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Both playable characters speak as you play as them, first-person voice protagonists, and it's not just in conversation, they also think, like, and you hear them think as they play.
Men and women dead. We aren't signing anything without talking to Abigail.
What's wrong with you people? There's folks in Dunwall begging to do your job for half your pay. Whiskey and cigars.
They won't let you in without a time card. But if you get us out of here, you can take mine. I'm not coming back. The key to the gate is in the break room across the yard from here.
Alright. Yep.
My daughter told me she saw a whaling boat sink in the river yesterday. Said it was on fire.
Anyway, there are many different ways to get inside the slaughterhouse. When I was playing through this ahead of time, mostly just to get used to playing as Daud, I found 4 different methods of getting into the slaughterhouse. And in my last playthrough of this, I only went through 1, so I'm going to try out the others. But let's see if we can get that time card.
Collective bargaining in industry deemed vital to the state is a capital offense. These include metallurgy, whale collection and refinement, security services, and selected legal and clerical specializations. Consult the city barrister for clarification and enforcement.
Why you gotta talk so much, huh?
Arc mines. The latest thing from Sokolov's twisted mind. We're the first ones to get them.
How do they work?
Well, obviously you... Actually, I'm not sure.
Let's lay a few out. Stryker's gotta hit one sooner or later.
Okay, for a second there I was worried that I'd have to take them both out, but I think that guy's leaving. Yep. Oh, we closed the door behind him. Sweet. Reducing the target to ash. So it's kind of like a portable arc pylon mine. Right, superb protection against intruders and those who would interfere with our efforts. Yeah, Sokolov is still shady, but at least I get to use the fun gadgets. Oh. Oh, right, and that's a blueprint for buying arc mines. Okay, Yep. There we go. Where can I put this guy? Yeah, you aren't going anywhere.
Busted out of Coldridge. Think we can take them? You better believe it.
Yes, so for the setting of this takes place as Dishonored 1's... Ooh, that scared the shit out of me. I forgot the range of those. This takes place during the same time alongside Dishonored 1. So Daud is doing all of this while Corvo has just broken out of prison, as you heard from those guys. I think earlier there was a loudspeaker announcement, but I might not have heard it. That announces Corvo broke out of prison. Yep. Hmm.
1, 2, butcher's crew. 3, 4, bloody floor.
Okay. Isn't it nice to stop time whenever you want? Doesn't even cost any mana because it only costs anything when you actually teleport.
When I find you, it's going to be bad. I know you're here.
Okay, Daud, you got this.
Is a public warning. Corvo Antonov, the assassin and one-time royal protector, has from confinement and is at large within the city. Any sightings of this state criminal must be reported to the City Watch at once.
Oh! Okay. Yep. Hmm? Wait, is there a... Ocho? Hey, oh. Let's deal with the gate first. That guy probably won't see
The
this.
city's dead. Making 3 more months. We still need to get past that wall of light contraption they put up. If you can shut it off, we can slip past the city watch when the time is right. Is the wall of light down?
I already took it down earlier, which is cool.
You're free to go. Make your way out of this place.
Here's the card, sir. I hope you burn this place to the ground. If you see a woman named Abigail Ames, she'll know what to do. She's a smart cookie.
Yeah, got that copper wiring. God, Daud's cool. I don't know. Is it weird? Like, maybe Michael's very active in the comments of this series. Maybe he can put together, but I can't figure out. Like, Daud's super cool. Even just like him talking isn't what makes him cool. Like, it's more than that. But like, Daud's super cool. And I hope somebody's able to put it into words why. Because he's... I'm a Daud fan. #1 Daud fan. Oh. Oh, and there's a safe code. Etched onto the wall back here. This is one of my favors. Yep. 717. Okay, that's randomized because last time I did this mission, when I checked the safe code, it was 577. But 717 it is.
Missing or damaged time card.
He doesn't see them.
Be replaced.
He stopped right. Oh shit.
Any worker without a time card will be denied admission to the grounds and summarily terminated.
Oh, I'll find you.
Oh, you stuck there? Hold on. I'll save
Where are you?
Yep. Oh, rats. I don't really have anything for this. I guess I could use a grenade, but there might still be guards around, and that would just be really loud. Get away from me. Oh, what bone charm was that? Oh, that's a really good one to have at the very start of this. Okay, that's one of the ways in. Another way, now that I have a time card, is to go in through the main entrance. Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh,
Abigail
the safe.
Ames has been detained on the slaughterhouse grounds, pending her interrogation and execution for sedition and treason.
They make a lot of use out of those loudspeakers in these DLCs. Oh my god, if I didn't have time stop, I think I would have died as Corvo. Like a trillion times by now. Yes. It's already... Okay. So I could have gotten a time card from there and I wouldn't have needed to help the workers. And if you actually already have the time card from here, but you speak to the workers anyways, they're like, hey, I'll get you a time card if you let me out. And Daud goes, I've already got a time card. And they go, oh, I guess you don't really have any reason to help us then. But you can help them anyways. Kill them. I missed?
What's that? I need some help, damn it.
Okay. I'm...
Come on, please.
Ooh. That's rough. Yep. Oh. Dang it. Become fertilizer. Good job. Frank, I told you had this thing replenished with a full tank at all times. We have a shipment coming in soon, and this crane better be working. Oh, okay. I need some power. Ah, come on. There we go. I'm trying to slide, but I guess I'm gonna need to upgrade my wrist bow accuracy if I want to be able to do cool slide shots. In Dishonored 2, they actually add a passive ability that lets you slow down time when you're aiming with... Oh shoot, are they gonna eat these guys? I gotta help this guy.